What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about what's going on with Skull and Bones. This is continuing my series where I'm taking a look at different games, different franchises, and basically where we're at with them. The success so far has been awesome. You guys have really shown a ton of support, so I want to thank you. And I couldn't do a series like this without mentioning, honestly, one of my old greats or old-time favorites in Skull and Bones. I've been talking about this game literally since we saw it, I believe, E3 of 2017. So we're 5 years removed from the first time seeing this thing, and it's actually not as dire, or it's not so unknown as it's been in the past. I think that's what really is exciting about this time around talking about this game. It honestly seems like we're extremely close. So what I like to do here is talk about what's literally been going on, what we've seen official, and then also what's maybe happened behind the scenes, based off rumors and leaks. And the rumors and leaks have made people, including myself, feel very optimistic, right? Tom Henderson, I believe, was maybe the one and only person to have talked about this game towards the beginning of the year, back early in 2022, and he kind of broke out, with the news of, hey, remember Skull and Bones, it's actually not that far out. Like, you're going to be seeing stuff from it. Stuff is going to be happening, and the game really isn't that far from release. We've had years, kind of periods of time where people have thought that this game was outright canceled, and I don't blame people. And I've always been on this game's side in terms of it's not canceled. It's definitely happening. It's been reworked multiple times. There's been development changes in terms of like the team. They've swapped people in and out and stuff, but I've always, assumed the game was going to happen. But I know a lot of people had assumed the game was just outright done and we'll never see it again. Well, again, Tom had come out and said, no, that's not true. It's going to, it's going to be happening, and it may release as early as the end of this year. Now, what we know about even their fiscal reports is that kind of is the window. What it's looking like is the game probably can come out anytime between October and I believe it's March of next year. So sometime in the the end of this year, early next year, pretty much, right, is the window. The longer this year goes, I mean, here we are, at the end of June. I do think this year is slipping away. I would not be shocked at all if it didn't happen this year. At the same time, what's stopping? Next month, August, if they said, hey, Skull and Bones is releasing, that last week of November, that wouldn't shock me, right? Because that still falls in the window that they said. But, again, if it comes out February, March, I also wouldn't be all that surprised. And then in terms of what we do know, well, we actually did get a pretty big thing with Skull and Bones a little while ago. I think it was about a month and a half ago. Remember, there were play tests. There were people that were able to actually, there's people on planet Earth, if you can believe it. There's people on planet Earth that have been able to play Skull and Bones. And that kind of tutorial walkthrough thing that tells people, hey, here's what the game is, and here's what you're going to be doing in the game, and with cinematics and all that stuff, that leaked, right? That was online. I couldn't play it back then. I still can't play it now, but I think it was like an 8 to 10 minute video that people, when you play tested it, or when people were, I think it was like an alpha version, right? When you loaded it up, that was kind of the video that played before you were able to hit play and actually play it. So, it looks like things are legitimately happening, even if you don't believe, or you didn't believe Tom Henderson at first, you didn't believe those leaks. At this point, we literally, again, have people that have been able to play it. We have videos, that exist of, again, the game's kind of tutorial system almost. And obviously, and this series, by the way, isn't so much on kind of like my concern or my evaluation of the game itself. I can obviously do that in other videos, and I have, and I will. This is going to be a game I want to cover a ton. I think I'm honestly one of the only people on YouTube that even give it, any kind of popularity. And I'm also not 100% convinced this game is going to be great. I do just want to kind of throw that in there just in case you guys are like, well, what do you think about it? I've always been skeptical, but I've always been very happy a game like this exists. It is annoying, the no sword fight, the no boarding, that when you are on land, you're just on land for cosmetic reasons, or you're walking from point A to point B. It isn't Black Flag without the Assassin's Creed part. It's Black Flag's ship stuff, and then kind of reduced down even more. And that is flat out, to me, disappointing, but we don't have many games like this. I'm a big piracy guy, right? Like on an open sea, kind of sinking ships. I love those kind of games, so I'm absolutely going to give it a chance, and that's kind of where I've always stood, right? Throughout all of this last 5 years, whenever it's gone dark, I've always believed it was real. I've never really had confidence it was going to be Game of the Year or anything like that, and I think that's kind of where we still are. I watched that leaked thing that came out, the leaked video, and it didn't make me very happy. It didn't make a lot of people very happy. Ultimately, it's the game that we're getting. So I'm not saying we have to accept it. I mean, we can criticize it all day, but it is the game that's going to be given to us, relatively soon. So, again, very odd because I feel like I've made videos on Skull and Bones like this every 6-ish months. I feel like every half year I kind of talk about the progress report of this game, and this is the first time I may not be, have to do it again. The next time I do it, say in December or whatever, the game may be out. The game may be releasing in just a few months, so we'll know the status report at that point, right? So it's been fun, and I hope we see this game. Whether it sucks, I mean, this game could be absolute garbage. You could be saying, wow, Ubisoft wasted like 8 to 9 development years of their lives making this trash game. That could totally happen. In fact, that honestly is maybe the more likely thing. I am still rooting for it. I really am. I really hope this game can pull it out and be something special. And we'll see. We'll ultimately see. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to follow me anywhere else or support us on Patreon or even YouTube memberships, the links for all of them are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.